everybody, welcome to Skeeter's Ridge. I just wanted to give y'all an update on a few things going on here on the homestead. We've got, well, as you can see over here, we got the ground ready. Oh look, there's Jeremy. Got the ground ready, almost ready. We're going to do one last till before we start planting in a couple of weeks. And so I'm going to show y'all some of the plants. I'm going to show you the potatoes and what our next steps are as far as covering the potato plants, and show you how big all of the he's an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I know. So we'll be right back. All right, so we got Jeremy over here. He's stirring up some dirt mixture for me here. Witch's brew, whatever you want to call it. So while he's doing that, I'm going to show you what's going on in the greenhouse. So, as you can see, all of our babies have gotten so big. So all the little white cups here, these are all our peppers. And I've got everything labeled when I transplanted it into the cup. So California Wonder Bell. Huh, what do you know? I didn't put a date on that one. Haha, just kidding. Not really. So there's a cayenne. And it went in the cup on March 5th. So all of these are March 5th transplants. I did them all pretty much on the same day. Italian pepperoncinis. Thanks, honey. So you see all of our tomatoes here have just exploded. They've gotten so big. Oh, so on these, this is one of our, this is an atomic grape tomato. Can you see the little elbow right here? So we were talking about this earlier. These are, so you have your main stalk here. This is your main stalk here. And then of course you have your little branches here. And then these little guys right here in the armpit, can you see it? Those are called suckers. So, can you see it? Right here? Mm-hmm. These are the suckers. So, when you're dealing with tomatoes, you don't always want to have all these suckers, because what's going to happen is this is going to start to grow out another limb or another branch on the plant, which means the stalk is going to have to work harder to have enough energy for everything to grow. So when you're pruning your tomato plants, all you want to do is go in that little armpit. I wish there was a better way for me to show you. I'm just gonna, and just very gently, you're gonna prune that little sucker away. And then there's another little sucker here in this pit. And just very gently, you're going to take those little suckers away. And so now, that stalk is going to spend less energy trying to feed all these branches. And you're going to have better fruit, bigger fruit. And it's just better for the plant.
It's not wasting nutrients.
Yeah, you're not wasting nutrients. Less opportunity for disease to set in, for bugs to come in and start munching. So yeah, so let's see if we can find another one that's got some good suckers on it. This one's got a couple of good suckers on it. So you see again, you've got your main branch here, stem, and then you've got all the little side branches here, and then right in the little armpit you've got some suckers. So what we're going to do is just very gently pinch that off, and it just, and I'm just using my fingernail and just pinching it off. Yeah. And that's all you got to do. And so now the main stem can concentrate on feeding the main branches and not all the little suckers. And you see, these all have a really, really healthy root system. Look how pretty that root system is in there. These root systems are really healthy. So these are going to be ready to go in the ground. We're going to be planting on April 3rd. And they will for sure be ready to go in. Can you see it?
I can't tell on
you. So we've got, oh, I wanted to show y'all this. So in one of my Greek pepperoncinis, a loofah has sprouted. I don't really know how that happened. I do have some loofahs planted. There's one of my loofahs.
How we identify
that. Yeah, so while we think it's a loofah, if you'll look at these leaves here, and then look at the leaves right here, they kind of look the same. So we're just we're gonna say it's a loofah. I'm gonna take it out and transplant it into its own little house. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. So I've got some pickling cucumbers here that we seeded. And these are just pots that I've had from other places. But yeah, so we've got our pickling cucumbers here. They're doing really well.
Don't feel bad if you always thought pickles were just small regular cucumbers.
Stop it. Over here we've got our zucchinis. They're doing really well. They'll for sure, I had a little mishap right there, but it'll be okay. They'll for sure be ready to go in the ground also.
We're growing some briars over here.
Oh yeah, we're growing a few briars over there. Over here we've got our yellow squash here. They're doing really well. They'll be ready to go in the ground also. And then here we've got our regular like salad cucumbers, regular size cucumbers, and then more peppers right there. And then over here I got some marigolds, and these marigolds will go in the garden with some of these veggies. Marigolds are good pollinators, but they also keep certain pests off your vegetables. And then these are just some little daisies. They're just little pollinators. I thought they were pretty, so I wanted to plant them. All right. So let's go out and we'll look at the potatoes, and I'll show you our strawberries and what we're going to be doing with the potatoes.
Taters.
Taters. All right. So here's all of our strawberries. I've never really had much luck with strawberries, but these are doing fantastic. So we should have some little flowers coming up any time now right here. Those will be little flowers.
So what, it'll flower and then fruit?
Yeah, so that's where the fruit will come from, is the flowers. Yeah, see right here, that will be a little flower right there. And then all of this is new growth. So I know that they're growing, and I know that they're doing very well. Most all of the strawberries have some new growth on them, so we'll be getting lots of strawberries if the deer stay out of them. All right, so potatoes. So this bucket and this bucket, these are our russet potatoes. Can you see down in there? Okay. The russet potatoes have taken a little bit longer to grow. Yeah, and these. So we're not going to do anything with them today, but these two buckets here, these are our red potatoes, and they have just exploded. So they are actually ready to be covered with more soil. And we're going to cover pretty much to the top in both of these buckets. And so what's going to happen is all these plants are just going to start creating more potatoes. So we're just going to cover it to the top here, and I'll show you. Oh no, not the strawberries.
Here.
I got it. There we go. All right. So that soil that Jeremy was working on, there's no secret science or method or anything to doing this.
Just love.
Just love of potatoes.
What's that?
Oh, a piece of plastic. So all we're going to do is transfer the dirt, and you're not going to hurt the plants. We're just going to cover them up. You don't have to pack it in. Don't make this harder than it has to be. This is very easy.
You don't want to bend them over though, do you? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to bend over under the weight of this. You're just going to sprinkle it around. And you see how I'm covering everything?
This is harder than doing the work. I can't stand that.
What?
Can't stand that.
Well, you're doing a great job, honey.
I ain't working.
Huh?
I ain't working.
Well, you'll be working in a minute. I don't know if I have enough. Oh, I got more.
And what's in that mixture? Soil mixture?
This is just a mixture of topsoil and compost.
Manure.
Ooh, is that a worm?
Is it?
I don't know. It looks like it.
Worm.
So, once you get them covered,
Will we try to cover them one more time in that bucket, or?
no. So I'm going to fill this bucket up almost to the top.
Right now?
Uh-huh. And you see, I'm not packing it in. You can set it down. I'm not packing it in around the plants because you want them to be able to break back through the surface again. Some big chunks of probably manure.
Don't bite your nails.
We'll add a little bit more. So, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
And people do this in 55-gallon drums.
Yeah.
And just keep going 4 or 5 layers.
Yep. Yeah. So if you have bigger buckets, you know, if you have taller buckets, you could do two or three more layers of the dirt once the plants start growing up, and they just keep tubing out and creating more.
So will the ones on the bottom keep growing as it starts new?
Yeah. So, and then at the end of the season, so when you know they're ready to harvest, once the plants have grown up, the green leaves, they'll start to turn brown and they'll start to die off. And that's when you know it's time to harvest your potatoes. And the reason that we do them in this bucket, when it's time to harvest, all we got to do is take the bucket and dump it over, and all your potatoes are right there.
So when it grows up and withers and turns brown, is that a timeline thing or is that a seasonal thing? Will they only grow so long, or can you keep them going all summer?
No, they'll eventually run out of steam.
And we start over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roger.
So we're actually going to start. Well, I'm going to try and start a couple more buckets of potatoes today. That way, when these are ready to harvest, we'll still have more that are not ready to harvest and they're still growing, so we can just add it to our stockpile when the season is over. So anyway, that's it for our potatoes. Whenever we get ready to start planting, of course we'll make another video on that. That's going to be a big shindig. We're going to have lots of folks over here. But until then, I hope you enjoyed our video. Like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.